What my son revealed shocked me completely, because honestly, I never expected those words from him. Children notice things adults often miss. They watch silence carefully. They study expressions without announcing it too, while adults busy pretending everything fine. Children quietly collect truth. I realized that too late that evening. Felt ordinary at first, just another tired night, another dinner filled with half-finished conversations. 2. I remember sitting quietly, lost inside my thoughts, pretending exhaustion was only reason for my silence, but honestly, my heart already carrying too much. Stress, distance, confusion too. I thought I hid it well. I thought nobody noticed how emotionally lost I felt, especially not him. He was still young, still innocent, still learning how complicated people become, yet somehow children understand pain instinctively. He looked at me carefully that night, the way children do when trying to solve something. Then suddenly he asked, "Why don't you smile like before?" Such simple words, yet honestly, they hit harder than any argument ever could, because I didn't realize my sadness had become visible. I didn't realize someone so young could already feel distance inside our home. I tried laughing softly, tried changing the subject instead, but he kept watching me, then quietly said something that completely shattered me. He said, "You miss her, don't you?" And suddenly, silence filled everything, because children rarely speak unless they're certain. I stared at him, unable to answer immediately. Part of me shocked, part of me heartbroken, too, because somehow, through all my pretending, through all my silence and distraction, he still recognized the truth. I asked him quietly, "What makes you think that?" And honestly, I expected small answer, maybe random guessing. Instead, he looked down before softly saying, "You stopped feeling happy after she left." Those words destroyed me inside, because suddenly I realized how deeply pain spreads even when you try hiding it carefully. Children absorb emotions like quiet rain. They notice tension, they notice loneliness too, even when nobody explains anything. That moment changed me, because for first time I stopped thinking only about myself, stopped drowning completely inside heartbreak. Alone, I realized my sadness touching other people too, especially someone who loved me without conditions. He sat beside me, small hands resting quietly, while my heart completely falling apart inside. Then suddenly, he whispered, I liked her voice. I think she cared about you. Honestly, I couldn't speak after that because hearing those words from someone so innocent made everything feel painfully real. Children don't care about appearances or ego, they care about feelings, about kindness, about emotional energy too. And somehow he recognized something genuine between us, something even adults questioned constantly. That realization shocked me deeply because maybe real love becomes visible naturally. Maybe people feel it without needing explanations. I remember looking away, trying desperately not to cry because parents often believe they must appear strong, must carry pain silently, too. But honestly, that night I felt completely exposed, not judged, not criticized either, just understood. And somehow, being understood hurt even more because part of me still missed her terribly, still replayed memories nightly, still wondered whether things could have ended differently. My son noticed all that without me saying anything. That terrified me honestly, because suddenly I realized how loudly silence speaks, how heartbreak changes atmosphere, how sadness slowly enters ordinary rooms. Too, after a while, he quietly asked, Are you still waiting for her? And honestly, I didn't know how to answer that because part of me was still waiting, still hoping for impossible things, still holding on to someone already becoming memory instead. I think he sensed that too because children understand hearts better than adults sometimes. They haven't learned how to hide feelings, yet they simply recognize truth. That night, after he slept, I sat alone for hours thinking about everything he said, thinking about how pain changes people, how love lingers inside homes even after silence arrives. And honestly, what shocked me most wasn't only what my son revealed, it was realizing how deeply I still loved her despite distance, despite heartbreak, despite everything else too. Because children sometimes reveal truth adults afraid to admit, and that night mine certainly did. After that conversation, nothing inside me felt hidden anymore. For days, I kept replaying his words. You stopped feeling happy after she left. Such simple sentence, yet somehow more honest than anything I'd told myself, because adults become skilled at distraction. We bury pain inside work routines, noise too. We convince ourselves. We're managing fine, even while slowly breaking inside. But children see beyond performances. They notice energy changing. They notice when laughter stops sounding real too. And honestly, that realization scared me because I never wanted my sadness to become his burden. He deserved peace, deserved emotional safety too, not a father lost inside heartbreak constantly. That night, I walked outside alone, cold air against my face, trying to understand how everything became this heavy. I remembered the beginning, how hopeful I once felt, how alive love made me before fear and distance started reshaping everything. I remembered telling myself this connection different, that maybe for once life finally giving me something real. And honestly, part of me still believed that somehow maybe that's why letting go felt impossible. Because when someone changes your emotional world, your heart doesn't easily return to who you were before. Mine certainly didn't. The next morning, my son acted normal. Again, children do that strangely. They reveal deep truths, then continue life innocently, while adults remain emotionally shaken afterward. He asked about breakfast, talked about small things, completely unaware that his words had reopened everything inside me. I watched him quietly, thinking about how observant love becomes when it's pure and uncomplicated. He didn't judge me, didn't mock my feelings either. He simply noticed pain and spoke honestly about it. Sometimes I think adults make emotions too complicated. We hide what we feel. We pretend indifference, even while craving connection. Too, children rarely do that. They love openly. They miss people honestly, too. Maybe that's why his words felt impossible to ignore, because they came without ego, without hidden intentions either, just sincerity. And honestly, sincerity always reaches deepest. After that day, I stopped denying things to myself, stopped pretending I was completely over everything, because truthfully, I wasn't. Part of me still hoped for reconciliation, still imagined hearing her voice again, still wondered whether somewhere she missed me too. I hated admitting that, especially after all the distance, all the confusion and silence too. But love doesn't disappear simply because logic requests it. Sometimes hearts continue loving long after circumstances change. Mine definitely did. I think my son understood something important that night, something I kept avoiding. When someone truly matters to you, their absence changes your entire atmosphere. Not only your mood, everything feels different afterward. Music sounds heavier, mornings feel quieter too. Even ordinary moments carry strange emptiness. That's exactly what happened to me. And somehow he noticed all of it without anyone explaining anything. Sometimes late at night, I still remember the expression on his face while asking those questions. There was concern there, real concern. And honestly, that broke my heart because children shouldn't worry about adult sadness too early. That realization forced me to change something, not my feelings, those still complicated honestly, but the way I carried them. I started trying harder to smile again, started becoming more emotionally present too, not because pain disappeared, but because love sometimes requires resilience, especially when someone innocent